So many people are a little bit depressed about the way the economy is today. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm not. I'm a firm believer in realities. And like somebody once told me, when your friend's out of work, it's a recession. When you're out of work, it's a depression. Me personally, I'm doing better now than I've done in many, many years. So I've lived through my depression. And what I've learned from it is that you've got to continue to look forward, understand that the only way out is straight ahead, realize that things don't get resolved in 6 months or a year or 2 years, and sometimes you're on a long trek. And the key is resiliency, low expectations. What always worked for me is once a month I visit people in the hospital, and I see what they're going through, and I try to visit them and cheer them up. And when I walk out, I say, gee, thank God I walked out, they didn't. And the fact that maybe a rent check bounces, or I missed a train, or a deal doesn't come to fruition, I look at it from a total different perspective. So there is problems with the economy now. You're going to have young, sharp entrepreneurs who are going to come up with great ideas concerning cash and carry businesses, not being involved in credit issues, which is a big concern now, maybe energy crisis, and these sharp young 25-year-olds are going to be making a fortune addressing the current problems. And, the concern about baby boomers who are losing their houses, hey, so instead of a 5-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom house, they wind up with a 2-bedroom apartment. It's not the worst thing in the world. There are people who live worse than that. And, you got to be thankful for what you have. You've got to understand the problems. We've got to come together as adults and go forward. And thank God, me personally now, I'm doing better than I've ever done because I'm concerned with me personally as opposed to what's happening in the world. My economic situation has improved, and I think that's the way we all have to look at it.
Well, when you were down on your luck,
That's
you
right.
were depressed, so you can understand why people who are in that position that you used to be, now newly in that position, are depressed.
Yeah, I can understand it, but, we go forward. When people get bad health reports from their doctor, they become depressed. When your girlfriend leaves you, you become depressed. Nobody's denying depression. The idea is, will it ruin you or will it destroy you? A great team that goes into a championship game, two things happen. One team that loses falls apart the next season. The other team that loses uses it to structure their problems, to address them, to strengthen them, and then come on and do a great job the next year. There are difficulties. You will be depressed. We're not denying failures, but the idea is to look at how you could overcome them and be determined to overcome them, as opposed to using them as an excuse to let those failures run and ruin your life.